Welcome to 360 Degrees Thriving Kids Hub. Here you will find contents that nurture kids to be grounded in their identity, emotionally strong, and full of integrity, ready to impact their world. When a child knows who they are ready to impact the world. Join us on the journey.
Be my best self.
Be my best self.
Beautiful. So please mute. Thank you. So today is a new chance to grow. Our brain is a muscle. We are ready to stretch it. We are ready to learn. We would lead with our heart, learn with our mind, and we are evolving on a daily basis to be our best self. Okay, so these are the objectives of today's class. We will understand what a belief system is, identify some types of belief that we have, understand how our beliefs influence our actions, our choices, our opinions, our feelings, and then understand how we can transform limiting beliefs, which is a type of belief system, into empowering beliefs. Okay, so now to a icebreaker session. So I want you to type in the chat, okay, what you believe about the scenarios. I'm going to list the scenarios, and then you will tell me, what do you believe? I want to hear from you, right? Before we go into the topic of belief system, what do you believe? So you tell me, do you agree, I'm not sure, or I disagree, okay? So I believe everyone should get a fair turn. Do you believe? If you believe, type agree. If you're not sure, not sure. If you disagree, then write disagree. Good. Organized Kumi says agree. Flourish Fola agree. Active Tiara agree. That's great. Okay. Then the next one, I believe being honest is always the best choice. I believe being honest is always the best choice. Great. I can see we all agree. Wow. Yes. So remember, honesty is one of our values, right? And the first one that says, I believe everyone should get a fair turn is about respect, right? And being kind. So you see, good, we agree. Both of Patient Ni and Kind Wura, they both agree. Wow. Eri also agrees. That's beautiful. And our beloved friend Samsung SM agrees. Wow, that's good. So for number 3, I believe teamwork is more important than winning. Do you think so? That, being able to collaborate with others is more important than me winning. Do we agree, or we're not sure, or we disagree? Good. Smart Sharon says, I agree. Patient Ni and Kind Wura says, I agree. You see, Samsung says, I agree. Organized Oluwakomi says, I agree. Good job. Brilliant Champion Israel says, I agree. And Active Tiara, I agree. Then Flourish Flora, I agree. Okay, so let's go to the next. Says, I believe people should be kind even when they are upset. Do you think so? Do you agree? That I need to be kind even when I'm upset. Beautiful. Yes, I can see that we all agree to that. Yes. Even if you're upset, right? You still need to be kind, right? Next one, I believe you can learn anything with practice. That means nothing is too difficult for me. I believe I can learn anything with practice. If I want to be a singer, if I want to know how to sing well, I can practice and I'll be good at it. That's beautiful. I see that we agree. Organized Kumi, I agree. Brilliant Champion Israel, I agree. Eri and Mo, I agree. Both Patient Ni and Kind Wura says, I agree. Organized Kumi says, I agree. Excellent Joseph says, I agree. And Samsung says, I agree. And Flourish Fola says, I agree. That's beautiful. I can see you guys. Yes, we agree. We agree. Then I believe helping others is important. When I see my friend fall, I need to help them. I don't leave them and say, at least you make fun of me. I'm not going to help you. You know, yes, we all agree. That's beautiful. And then I believe it's okay to make different choices from my friends. Do you believe that? I love this. He says, I believe it's okay to make different choices from my friend. Do you believe? Do you believe? Oh, Flourish Fola says she's not sure. Okay, Patient Ni and Kind Wura says, I agree. Active Tiara says, I'm Faithful Tife says, I agree. Organized Komi says, I agree. Samsung says, I agree. Brave Tiara says, I agree. Patient Knee and Kind Warrior says, I agree. And Organized Kumi says, I agree. And Brilliant Champion Israel says, I agree. Excellent Joseph, I agree. Thank you. Yes, it's okay to make a different choice. In our case study of today, you're going to see. Why? Right. You're going to see an example of this, that making a different choice from your friends. You don't have to go where your friends are going. You don't have to make the same decision as your friends. It could be different, right? If you feel, oh, what they're doing is not right, is not proper, right? Or is not the best way, you can share your excellent ideas, right? And that would change the scenario, okay? And I believe nature should be protected. Who agrees that we need to protect our nature? Who agrees? Yes, everyone agrees. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for participating. Yes, we all agree nature should be protected. We should be kind, even when someone is mean to us. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our quote. So our quote for today says, what you believe shapes who you become. So look at this tree. Can you see the tree? It started from what? From a seed, right? And the seed believes that I can grow. And as a result, you see, it began to do what? It grew. Look at the future me of that tree, right? From a seed, it became a huge tree. So this quote tells us that the thoughts we have about ourselves, it can affect the kind of person we grow into. Okay, so your thoughts influence your actions. It influences what you do to ensure that you become the best self, your best self. So for example, if you believe I can learn new things, right? When something is hard, because you believe that, keep trying with practice, just as we asked earlier, right? During our icebreaker. If you believe that with practice and you keep trying, you'll get better and better, you would see yourself putting in more efforts, right? You will see yourself putting in more efforts. So, but if someone believes, oh, I'm not smart, I can't do it, even before they begin to try, before they begin that assignment, right? They would stop trying. They will stop trying too soon because they don't believe they can do it. They believe, oh, I can't do it. I'm not smart at all. So even if they invite them to come and spell, right? To go for the spelling bee, they will see themselves as, oh, I can't do it. I can't spell, right? So even before they even invite them, they would have caught themselves out and say, oh, no, I can't do this. It's not meant for me. Spelling is not meant for me, so I'm not going to try, right? So, but if they believe I can do it, even if someone is trying to say, oh, you can't do it, don't try, they would go for it. They'll be courageous to try. Just like some of us, we have that value, right? Bravery and courage, right? So when we stop trying, we miss the chance to improve. When you stop trying, say, oh, I can't practice. Oh, music is not for me. Oh, I don't want to sing. Oh, I don't want to practice my piano. It's not for me, right? You would stop trying and you will miss the chance to improve. So your beliefs are like instructions you give your brain. The moment you already set it that you can't do it, no matter what, no matter how persuasive your parents are, you won't do it. Even if you try, you won't come out with A's. You won't come out with B's because within you, you already believe you can't do it, right? So they're like instructions that you give your brain and they guide your choices, your effort, and how you act, right? So this quote is telling us that what you believe shapes who you become. So that means when you have good beliefs, it helps you to become your best self. Okay, so if you believe that I can learn, I can improve, I can try again, these are positive beliefs. They help you to grow into a stronger person, a smarter person, and a more confident person. Okay, so remember, what you believe shapes who you become. So choose positive beliefs, choose empowering beliefs. Okay, so now what is a belief? So beliefs are ideas that you think are true. They are things you believe about yourself, about other people, maybe your friends, your parents, your teachers, and what you believe about the world. Okay, so beliefs are the lens through which you perceive the world. Oh, the world is a better place. Oh, everyone in the world is wicked. When you believe that, right, that oh, everyone in the world is wicked, it will hold you back from making friends, right? It will hold you back from giving your best self. Okay, so they are lens through which you perceive the world. They shape your perception, and they define your responses to different situations. So if you believe, oh, even with trial, I don't think I can do it, right? They will shape your response. When they say, come and try, you can do it, you can do it. You won't do it because you believe, even if I try, it's not going to work, right? So, and our beliefs are often shaped by our family, culture, our faith, right? For those of us who are Christians, our faith, whatever religion, right? Our faith shapes our belief, our school, our experiences. So, like values that we taught last week, they help us, our beliefs help us decide what is right or wrong. Okay? For example, if I believe being kind is important, right? Remember, we said kindness is one of our values, right? Is a value. Kindness is a value. So if I believe that being kind is important, then one of my values will be kindness. And my action will be that what? I will do kind things wherever I find myself. So if I believe I can learn new things, that means what? Curiosity will be one of my values. And as a result of that, I keep going for other things, difficult things, right? New things, new experiences, okay? So when all those beliefs come together, that's when they form a belief system. So for example, you have a puzzle, right? Look at this puzzle in between. We have kindness, we have honesty, we have confidence, we have courage, we have respect. So one piece, right, shows your value, shows your belief. I believe kindness is important, right? So when you put all of this together, all the puzzle pieces together, they form what? They form a whole puzzle. It could be that it will form the map of the world, whatever it is, the puzzle piece you're putting together, right? So that shows that what? One puzzle piece is a belief, while when they all come together, they form your belief system. Okay? They form your belief system. Remember, one of our values is at one of our class rules, don't be distracted, okay? Stay focused. So when we put the puzzle pieces together, right, they form what? They form a whole, and that whole becomes our belief system. So individual beliefs that you've gotten from family, from your class, from your school, your friends, the world, they all come together and they form your belief system, what you believe, which then do what? Form your choices, form your actions, form your decisions. Okay? And this belief system influences how you interpret, right, your experiences and how you interact with the world. Okay? So now we have different types of belief. Like we mentioned, our faith could decide our belief. So we have religious beliefs, right? These are ideas about faith, about God, about spiritual things. We have cultural beliefs. These are ideas shared by family, people in our family, people in our community. And we have personal beliefs, which are philosophies, ideas that you believe about life and how people should be treated, right? So when we understand all of these, right, when we look at these categories, they all help us to understand where our beliefs come from. Where do I even get this belief from, right? So if you believe that respect is important, for example, if you believe that respect is important because your family teaches you to treat everyone kindly, that belief becomes part of your belief system. That's one belief on its own. And it forms what? The whole belief system that you carry, right? It forms part of your belief system and it helps you guide how you act and how you treat others. So I want you to remember that what understanding your belief and where they come from is crucial, right? If you believe, oh, I don't think I can be good at maths, ask yourself, where did this come from? Is it from my family? Like no one likes maths in my family? Or is it that my teacher, the way my teacher teaches the math, is that where I picked up this belief from? So you need to understand this belief that I hold, where is it coming from? And this will help you to make an informed decisions as well as guide your actions. So now to our case study. So now we have Noah and the school debate. Okay, so Noah is a quiet and thoughtful 11-year-old. He loves reading and science. His class is preparing for a friendly school debate. And this time, the topic is, should students have more outdoor time at school? That's their topic, right? And let me just elaborate what's a debate. So a debate is like you having opposite opinion of something. So in this instance, says, should students have more outdoor time at school? Some could say yes, some could say no. And then we back up our points. Why am I saying yes and why are you saying no? Right? So that's the scenario in this instance. That's what Noah and his classmates are about to do. So Noah is placed in a group with 3 other classmates who are they are talkatives and they are very confident. So as the group discusses the topic, Noah notices that everyone immediately agrees on one argument. We should have more outdoor time because it's fun and no one likes doing schoolwork. So Noah thinks about it carefully. He believes that outdoor time is important, but not just because it's fun. In his mind, kids need fresh air because exercise and a break so that they can learn better. So that's Noah's view that, oh yeah, outdoor time is great, but not just because we want to have fun, but because kids need fresh air. They need to exercise and they need a break so that they can learn better. So Noah hesitates. He's not sure if others will listen. Do I really need to share my opinion? I don't think people will listen. Let me just keep quiet. That was Noah. But then he remembers one of his personal beliefs. Sharing your ideas matters, even if they are different. Do you remember one of our questions during a icebreaker that, do you believe it's okay to share your idea, even if it's different? So that's Noah, right? One of his beliefs is sharing your ideas matters, even if it's different. So Noah takes a deep breath and says, I think outdoor time shouldn't just be about fun. I believe it helps our brain rest so we can focus better in class. So there was a moment of silence. Then one classmate says, oh, that's actually a really good point. Another adds, yeah, we can say outdoor time helps kids stay healthy and learn better. Soon, the group is excitedly writing down Noah's ideas and building stronger arguments. When the debate happens, Noah's group presents a thoughtful, balanced argument and they won first place. Later, Noah feels proud, not because they won, his group won, but because he followed his belief, right? That everyone's ideas are valuable, including his own, right? So when we look at Noah's scenario, right? Noah used self-awareness to notice he had a different belief from his group. Remember, our second class was about self-awareness, right? So he used self-awareness to notice that, oh, yes, I have a different view. And then you remember this personal belief that sharing ideas is important. Then he made a brave choice, which is a value, right? Being brave is a value, right? So he made a brave choice to speak up, but respectfully. So his belief guided his actions, helping his group to succeed. And at the end, he gained confidence to continue to speak up because he stayed true to what he believed. Because he stayed true to what he believed. Okay? So now we're going to move on to types of belief. Okay? So remember our case study, put it at the back of your mind because we're going to do what? We're going to learn more. We're going to learn more about it. We're going to discuss more about the case study. I can see someone put in the chat and says, I am shy to share my ideas sometimes. So I want you to be courageous, right? Just like you can see in the case study of Noah. Yes, at first he was shy, right? He was shy. He didn't want to share his opinion. He didn't want to share his thoughts. But you know what? When he shared his thought, he became what? He became courageous at the end, and his ideas, it was accepted by his friends, and that helped his friend to win. So I want you, Eri and more, right, to share your ideas. Don't be shy, but take on courage to share your what? Your ideas. Your ideas could be the best that your group needs, or your even teacher does not even, your teacher might not even know. But when you share it with them, right, they begin to think in that direction. Okay? And I can see Organized Kumi says she learned more from her teachers what she likes. Okay? Okay? So yeah. So learn, be courageous, okay? Don't be shy. Share your ideas. You have something valuable to share. Remember, right? We all have something valuable to share. Everyone wants to learn from your wisdom. Everyone wants to learn from what you know. But if you hold it back, right? If you keep it to yourself, then you won't be able to do what? You won't be able to teach others, right? So share your ideas because you have something valuable. Believe in yourself that you have something valuable to share. And when you do, you would make impact, right? You would make impact. So types of beliefs. So we have unconscious beliefs, we have conscious beliefs, we have limiting beliefs, and we have empowering beliefs. So now we're going to look at conscious beliefs. So conscious beliefs are ideas, right? They are beliefs that you know you have. You can easily explain them because you have thought about them. So for example, I believe it's important to tell the truth. I believe I should treat people kindly. So these beliefs are clear in your mind and they help guide the choices you make every day. So unconscious beliefs are beliefs that they are hidden in your mind. You don't even know that what you have them. You don't know they are there, but they can still affect how you think, how you feel, and how you act. For example, a child might think quietly inside of them and say, I'm not good at math. People won't listen to me. I'm not good enough. People won't like me if I make a mistake, right? That could be the thoughts of the child. So even if they don't speak out loud, right? Within them, it's affecting their confidence. They won't be able to speak up when they need to speak up, right? They will be shy to speak up because they believe, oh, my ideas doesn't matter. People won't listen to me, right? Which was what Noah taught earlier. But then you remember this belief that I'm going to share my ideas no matter what. It might sound silly, it might sound foolish, but I'm still going to speak up, right? But then what happened? He spoke up and what? His friends accepted his ideas. And that it was that idea that made them what? Come out first place. Okay? So these beliefs, that's the unconscious beliefs, they are quiet and they shape our behavior even without we noticing it. They will shape us, right? They would shape us. So another is limiting beliefs. These beliefs are negative beliefs. They stop us from trying or growing. They make us feel like we can do something, even when we actually can learn. You can do it. But if someone has limiting beliefs, they feel they can't do it. So it holds them back from even trying. It holds them back from even trying, from starting, right? And they usually feel, oh, they can't improve. Say, for example, someone who is very good at drawing, right? So even before if they have this limiting belief to say, I'm not good at drawing. If I draw, people won't like my drawing. They won't even start. Whereas they have that gift inside of them. They have that talent inside of them. So limiting belief will hinder them from trying at all. It will hinder them from thinking, oh, I can learn, I can improve, I can practice. If I keep doing it, I will get better at it. Limiting belief will stop them from trying. Okay, even if they're not good at something, they'll believe they can't grow. So it stops them from pushing further for it. Okay. For example, they could say limiting belief. An example of limiting belief could be, I'll never be good at maths. I'm not smart enough. I shouldn't try because I might fail. I can't make new friends. Who told you can't make new friends? Right? So these are limiting beliefs. When you believe I can't make new friends, then you see yourself just sitting at one corner in class. You can't speak to your friends, you can't go out during playtime, during recess, because you believe, oh, everyone doesn't like me. These are limiting beliefs. They hinder you from going for your goals. They hinder you from pursuing your dreams. Okay? So they hinder people from pushing for their potentials. Okay? And then lastly, we have empowering beliefs. I love this. So empowering beliefs are positive beliefs that help you grow. They help you try. They help you improve. They give you confidence and they give you motivation. For example, an example of empowering belief is I can learn anything if I practice. There is nothing too difficult for me to learn. There is nothing too difficult for me to achieve. That's an empowering belief. Mistakes help me get better. Even if I fail, I will try. Even if I fall, I will rise up again. It's the same as you trying to learn a bicycle, right? You're riding and you fall. Limiting belief will tell you, you can't even know how to ride this bicycle, so stop. But empowering belief will tell you, when I keep practicing, I will be better at riding my bicycle, right? Limiting belief will tell you, oh, you can't be good at soccer. You can't be renowned. You can't be the world best player at soccer. But empowering belief will tell you, when you keep practicing, when you know the dribble skills, when you know the shooting skills, then what? It will lead to success. When you practice more, you would become the best world soccer player, right? Empowering belief tells you, I can try again. I can try again. I deserve to be treated with respect. Because if you don't believe you deserve to be treated with respect, when people tell you what is not, when they talk you down, you would accept it, and that would affect your self-esteem. But if you believe I deserve to be treated with respect, if a friend says you're not good, you are dull, right? You would stand up to them or report to the teacher and say, this person spoke rudely to me. This person is speaking against me. This person is talking me down, right? You'll be able to stand up for yourself and say, I deserve to be respected. I deserve to be treated with respect. Maybe you're speaking, you're sharing your ideas, and someone laughs at you and says, what's this saying? You deserve to be treated as respect. You won't accept that, but rather you report and say, this person is speaking ill of me, right? Organized Kumi, your hands are up. Do you want to say something?
I have a question.
Okay.
My question is, so if, for example, if your parents are really angry and then they say things about you that make you upset, would you still tell that to your teacher? Because, like, you can't tell what happened in your house. You can't tell that outside. So, like,
Yes, you won't tell your teacher, right? Even though you're upset, you can't speak back at mom, you can't speak back at dad, right? But then when the scenario, everything is fine, everything is calm, right? Then you can tell mom and say, Mom, what you said earlier, I felt upset about it, and then of course mom will remedy or let you know, yes, I'm sorry, I was angry at you, that was why I said this, right? You don't need to tell your teacher, right? But let it be between you and mom, but just let mom knows how you feel, right? And then she would be able to make amends, so maybe next time she doesn't use those words, or, she knows how to also control herself. If it was a negative word, then she would know that, yes, this is not good for me to say this to my son or to my daughter. Okay, does that help? Excellent Excel, does that help? Just give me thumbs up. Okay, so you just talk it out with mom, talk it out with dad. Okay, good. All right. Brave Tiara, your hands are up.
I don't understand, because, like, for the story of Noah, what if they don't listen to you? Like, if you share your ideas.
If you share your ideas and they don't listen, it's fine because you're working in a group, right? Teamwork and collaboration. But for you, you have followed your ideas, right? You have followed your belief that, oh, you believe I should still speak up even if I'm shy, right? So not every time you would share something and people would accept, right? But there are times, but the major thing here, the point here is don't be shy to share your ideas. Whether they accept it or not, feel free to speak up. Okay, feel free to share your ideas. People might not accept it, but then you let it go, right? You can't argue with them and say, oh, you have to accept my ideas because you're working as a team, right? But the main point there is don't be shy to share what you know, right? Because as you share what you know, you're making a difference. You are helping other people to learn more and to know better, even if they accept it or they don't accept it. Okay, does that help you, Brave Tiara? Just give me thumbs up.
Yes.
Good, great. Okay, and the last question, we will take question at the end if we have more time, but let me just take from Flourish Fola.
What if your teacher shouts at you?
What if your teacher shouts at you? What if your teacher shouts at you? So it depends on the scenario, right? So if your teacher shouts at you, you can either speak to them and say, oh, teacher, yeah, I appreciate you were trying to correct me. I appreciate this, I appreciate that, but I felt angry. I was not happy, I was not happy the way it was communicated, right? So you also need to speak with respect, right? You don't just talk to your teacher and say, oh, you shouted at me, you need to express your mind respectfully, right? You can walk up to your teacher and say, oh, teacher, yes, I appreciate that you were trying to correct me. You were trying to, depending on what the scenario was, right? But then I felt really sad. I felt bad. Like I felt if I share my idea next time, like I won't be able to share my idea next time, or I won't be confident and all that, right? So for you, your teacher already knows that shouting at Flourish Fola would not help her to be herself, right? So you're just trying to communicate your emotions, your feelings to your teacher. And if you feel, oh, this teacher is not someone I can speak to, you can speak to maybe the head teacher or the principal or whosoever it is that you have that you feel can speak to that teacher to say, oh, yeah, I was in class, this was the scenario, you explained the scenario, and then but my teacher shouted at me, which I was not comfortable with, and then the head teacher can then speak to the teacher to say, oh, when it comes to Flourish Fola, I think you will find a better way to communicate your ideas or your instances to them, or communicate the correction to them. Please don't shout at them, and that way your teacher understands who you are, right? They understand your emotion and know how to work with your emotion, how to communicate with you, how to pass on whatever it is they are trying to let you know. Okay, does that help, Flourish Fola? Does that help?
Yes.
Thank you. All right. So, all right, Patient Nii and Kind Wura, our last question. Okay.
What does it mean when it says I'm not worthy of praise?
What does it mean when what?
It says I'm not worthy of praise.
I'm not worthy of praise. Okay, so when it says I'm not worthy of praise, that means I'm not worthy to be celebrated. So that's what it means. Like, I'm not worthy to be celebrated, so that means I don't need to get an A, I don't need to get an award. I don't have to share my ideas. I don't have to be creative, right? So that limits us. This could be unconscious, right? Like someone can, and as a result of that, they don't push further for success. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Those were brilliant questions, brilliant questions. I love it. That shows you're following. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so now we're going to move on to activity, and I want you to use the chart. Okay, so in the chart, I want you to put it there. I'm going to read out the scenarios, and you're going to tell me, is it a limiting belief? Remember we talked about limiting belief and empowering beliefs, right? So you're going to give me thumbs up If it's an empowering belief, and you're going to cross your arms like this. Just give me an X in the chat if it's a limiting belief, okay? So the first question is, I'm not good at drawing, so I shouldn't try. So is it a limiting belief or an empowering belief? I'm not good at drawing, so I shouldn't try. Good. It's a limiting belief. Brilliant. Patient Nigi and kind Wura. That's brilliant. Good, smart Sharon. Yes. So it's a limiting belief. Okay. Brilliant champion Israel. Thank you. It's a limiting belief. So now mistakes help me learn. Is it a limiting belief or an empowering belief? Mistakes help me learn. Oh, I see organized Oluwakoni. She gave us the X, like it's X. It's a limiting belief. So mistakes help me learn. Is it a limiting belief? Good. Brave Tiara says empowering belief. I can see a thumbs up. Okay. Mistakes help me learn. Is it a limiting belief or an empowering belief? Good. Patiently and kind Wura. Yes. It's an empowering belief. That's beautiful. Excellent, Joseph. Beautiful. Yeah. That's beautiful. Patiently and kind Wura. Beautiful. So I will probably fail, so I shouldn't even start. Is it limiting or is it empowering? I will probably fail, so I shouldn't even start at all. Is it empowering or limiting? Good. Brave Tiara says it is limiting. Exactly. It's limiting. Good. Patient Nia and kind Wura says X. It is limiting. Right? I'll probably fail, so I shouldn't start. No, it's limiting. Right? I can improve if I keep practicing. Excellent, Joseph. Good. Yes, it's limiting. I can improve if I keep practicing. Is it limiting or it's empowering? Great. Brave Tiara says she's giving me that thumbs up. Good. Samsung gives us the thumbs up. Yes. Excellent, Joseph. Yes. Thank you for giving me. Yes. It's an empowering belief. I can improve if I keep practicing. And lastly, everyone else is better than me. Is everyone better than me? Everyone better than you? Is that limiting or empowering? Tell us. See, I see Active Tiara and Faithful Tife. They said it's a limiting belief. Everyone is not better than me. I am good. Right? Good. Excellent, Joseph. Yes, it's a limiting belief. Smart Sharon. Yes, it's a limiting belief. Okay? When you believe everyone is better than you, you won't try. You won't grow. You won't do what you need to do. You won't pursue your goals. You won't pursue your dreams. Good, smart Sharon, organized Kumi, and excellent Excel. Good, yes. That's a limiting belief. Good. So now we already know limiting belief. We've been able to differentiate between limiting belief, right, and empowering belief. So let's assume someone has a limiting belief. How can they change? How can they convert it to an empowering belief, right? So I want to teach you, right? Peradventure, you have something that you feel, oh, I can't do it. I'm too shy to speak up, I'm too shy to share my ideas. Oh, I don't think I can improve in soccer. I don't think I can improve in rugby. I don't think I can improve in basketball, How can I change that limiting belief? Right? Because if someone has that limiting belief, it keeps them limited. See the name, it says limiting beliefs. It keeps them limited. They don't want to push further for growth. They don't want to push further for A's. If they get 13 over 100 in math, they choose it as yes, that 13 is the best I can do. But someone who has an empowering belief will keep pushing and say, no, this 13 is not worth it. No, I can't stay here. If they have B, they'll say, no, A is where I'm going to. I will achieve that A. And they keep trying. They keep learning, right? So first off, for you to transform limiting belief to empowering belief, identify that belief. What limiting belief do I hold? What's that limiting belief, right, that I'm holding, that is holding me back? Right? What's that negative thought that is stopping me? For example, I'm not good at maths. That's for someone who has identified their limiting belief. Oh, I'm not good at singing. Oh, I'm not good at reading or spelling, right? So identify what is that negative thought that is stopping you? What's that belief that is stopping you, right? So when you understand it, when you identify it, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this thought really true? For example, someone that says, oh, I'm not good at public speaking. Ask yourself, is it really true? Is it 100% true? Or am I just feeling frustrated that, oh, I think I'm scared of audience. You ask yourself, am I really bad at maths, or do I just need more practice? For example, if you believe I'm not good at public speaking, ask yourself, have I ever given a presentation before people? When I gave the presentation, how did it go? What were the responses of people? So if you have not given a presentation before, then how did you believe that is true, that you are not good at public speaking? Do you understand? So once you identify it, then challenge it. Is it 100% true? You say you are not good at public speaking. Have you ever given a presentation? Right? Have you ever given a presentation? If you have not given presentation before people, right? You've not had a presentation before, then I don't think you should let that stop you. You shouldn't tag yourself as I'm not good at public speaking, because you haven't even tried. Can you see that? You haven't even tried. So ask yourself, challenge that belief. If you say you are not good at maths, have you solved a math problem before and you failed it all? Maybe you got 4/5. So the fact that you got 4/5, does that mean you're not good? Do you understand? Does that mean you're not good? So you challenge it. Ask yourself, is this 100% true? Then find counter examples. Think of times when that limiting belief wasn't true. Look for clues that shows that belief is not true, is wrong. Right? For example, if you believe, oh, that's the belief, the limiting belief is I always mess up in sport. Think of a time you did well in a game or practice. I'm not good at maths. Think of a time when you scored 4/5. Think of a time when you scored 5/5. Right? That tells you that what? That belief is not true. Then you do what? Create an empowering counter belief by reframing that limiting belief into positive, empowering statement. And that's why we have affirmation at the beginning and at the end of the class, so that we know that what? We are speaking to ourselves. And that's why our names even also reads Active Tiara, Faithful Tife, right? We are telling ourselves what we can do, what we can achieve. So you do what? Use positive affirmations like, I can do it. For example, if the limiting belief is, oh, I'm not good at maths, look for an empowering, reframe it, right? From I'm not good at maths, change it to I'm still learning math. And with practice, I can improve. Okay? Change it to, oh, math is hard sometimes, but I can get better with practice. So reframe that belief that, yes, I'm not good at public speaking, or I'm not good at drawing, but with practice, let your empowering belief be, with practice, I can draw better. With practice, I can improve. Okay? With practice, I can improve. So now use positive affirmations. Create short affirmations. Short, powerful statements that reinforce your empowering beliefs. Repeat them daily. Repeat them regularly. Say kind words, encouraging words to yourself. For example, I am confident. For someone who is shy, begin to say, I am confident. I am capable. I can learn new things. I believe in myself. Right? I believe in myself. I can improve with practice. Begin to say those affirmations. That's why you see us say affirmations at the end. That I can become my best self. My best self. I'm able to make someone else's day beautiful. Right? We are ready to learn. Right? So, and remember the power of yet. You remember what we learned in self-awareness. Remember the power of yet. Add the word yet when you feel stuck. Right? So just because you can't do something does not mean you will never be able to do it. Have that at the back of your mind. Say, just because you can do something does not mean you will never be able to do it. So add the power of yet. Oh, I can't do it yet. I can't draw yet. I don't understand this math yet. And that reminds you, when you add yet, it reminds you that what learning takes time, that you might not get better right away, but over time, you would get better. Then surround yourself with supportive people, with mom, dad, people that encourage you, people that believe in you, your cheerleaders, We will tell you you can do it. Go for it. You can spell. Go for this learning bee. You can achieve that SAT. Go for it. Go for that SAT exam. You can achieve that common entrance. Go for it. You know, you can be the world best soccer player. We are going to enroll you for you to keep practicing. You can be a doctor, so you can learn that science. You understand? So surround yourself with supportive people, friends, teachers. Don't work with people that say you can't do it. Oh, what do you think you know? No, don't work with them. Work with people who are your cheerleaders, who encourage you to be your best self, who encourage you to keep trying. Okay, and then set achievable goals. That's why most of our assessment tells you, what are you planning to do every day? What do you want to achieve this week? How can you do it? What's one thing you'll be doing every day that moves you closer to your goal? So set achievable goals. So instead of saying, I want to be great at spelling, start with, I will practice 5 words today. I will practice 10 minutes a day. So those are small achievable goals. If you've been following the assessment, you would see I ask you, what do you want to do this week? What do you want to achieve this week, right? How do you want to do it? When do you want to do it? How many minutes? These are little achievable goals that help you to achieve success, okay? And then learn from setback and failures. Mistake doesn't mean you can't do it. They mean that you're learning. So if you make a mistake once, that does not mean you should stop. That does not mean you should stop. Keep trying, keep pushing, keep going for it. Okay, and then focus on your personal growth and development, which is what you're doing already, right? And then visualize success. Visualize success. Picture yourself doing well. Picture yourself receiving that award. Picture yourself getting that A, 100 over 100, right? Picture yourself. Imagine yourself giving a good presentation, standing in front of nations, of a large audience, a large crowd, giving that presentation, okay? And celebrate your small wins. Celebrate yourself, okay? As you grow, as you improve, celebrate yourself, okay? So I see some people's hands raised up. I'm gonna speak to this once we're done. So let's just wrap up, and then I'm gonna take your questions, okay? So now we're gonna review our case study. Remember Noah? So why did Noah Group want more outdoor time at school? Just put it in the chat. Why? Why do you think they want more outdoor class? Why do you think they wanted more outdoor class? Is it because they thought it would help kids learn better? Because it was required by the teacher? Because they thought it was fun and no one liked schoolwork? Because Noah suggested it first? Why do you think? Why do you think? I'm looking at the chat for your answers. Okay. Why did you think, why did Noah Group want more outdoor time? So that they can play, yes. So that they can have fun, and they felt no one likes schoolwork. So which is C, good job. So how did Noah, right? How did Noah feel before he shared his idea? Was he excited and confident? Was he nervous and unsure? Was he angry? Was he bored with the topic? How did Noah feel? Good, B, he was nervous and unsure, right? So what belief helped Noah to remember to help him speak up? What belief? What belief? Was it only loud people get listened to? Sharing your ideas matter, even if they are different? Or I should always agree with the group? Good, B, sharing your ideas matter, even if they are different. That's great. That's beautiful. Okay. So in conclusion, believe.
So bad.
In conclusion, beliefs guide how you see right and wrong. What you believe affects how you treat others.
Oh.
Can you please mute? Okay. So what you believe affects how you think, what you choose, how you treat others, and how you see yourself. Good beliefs help you grow and make better choices. You are the detective of your thoughts. So choose beliefs that help you grow. So look at this tree. The root is your belief system. The root is what you believe. And as it grows, you see, shows your values, right? So what you believe shapes your values, right? If you believe everyone deserves to be treated with respect, then one of your values will be respect, and that will do what? That will shape your action, how you treat people, how you relate with everyone. Okay, so your beliefs shape your values, and your values shape your actions. Okay. So yeah, so I'm just gonna take quick questions from Eri and Mo. Eri and Mo, I see your hands raised. What question do you have?
What does like center example mean?
What does what?
Center example mean?
Center example?
Yeah. I saw it in one of the slides, I think.
Is it this slide?
Yes. No, yeah, I mean counter examples, not center.
Oh, okay, counter examples. So counter examples mean that you look for something that is not something that is not true, right? That shows that that belief is wrong. Say, for example, you believe that I'm not good at maths. So look at it. When was it you solved a math problem and then you got 4/5 or 5/5, right? Ever since you've been doing math, did you get 0/5, right? So you look at it that's a counter example. That's something you did well that would do what? That would overshadow what you're thinking you believe. That, oh, I'm not good at math. Look at what you've done, right? That would help you to say, no, this belief is not right. You're not good at public speaking. Look at it. Have I spoken in the front of audience before? If yes, what were people's reaction? Did they clap for me and say, oh, you did a great job. Oh, I love the way you spoke. I love the way you addressed the topic, right? So that's counter examples. Okay. All right. So great. So I'm going to move on to Brilliant Champion Israel. What's your question?
What if we don't have people who are good and we're surrounded by them? What do we do?
So if you are surrounded by people who are not good, they are not supportive, then you need to check yourself. That's why we talked about values last time, right? What are my values, right? So when you look at your values, and then that will help you to make a decision, right? Know yourself. Who do I want to be? I want to achieve success, right? So since I want to achieve, and that's why we spoke about self-awareness, right? Knowing yourself. So if you feel, oh, I'm someone who loves being successful, right? I want to achieve A's. And all my friends, they just want to have fun. They are not pursuing their goals. They don't have a dream, then you have to check yourself and say, now it's time for me to change my friends because I want to achieve success, but I see that the people around me don't want to achieve success, right? Then you need to make a change, right? Begin to look at people that maybe within your class, that wants to achieve success like you. Maybe someone in class always have A's, right? They always achieve A's, and you as well want to achieve A. Then that person can be your friend. Find ways, right, depending on the person's value or the way the person reacts, to become that person's friend. So you need to change your circle. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Okay, that's beautiful. No other questions. So we're going to move on to our affirmation. Okay, so I want you to say this with me. I can change my thoughts.
I can
Change my thoughts.
Grow from my mistakes.
Grow from my mistakes.
Stay trying.
And keep trying.
That's beautiful. So no matter what, okay, you can change your thoughts. No matter the belief you have, you can change your thoughts. You can grow from your mistake and you can keep trying, okay? Thank you so much, children, for joining today. Empowered Kids, remember, you grow every day. Keep learning. Don't stop trying, okay? Until you become the best self. Become your best self until you achieve your goals, okay? I'm going to see you next week. Have a lovely week, okay? Take care. and bye now.
Bye.
Bye, Mom. See you next week, all of you. See you next week. Bye bye.